All right, let's just dive right in. I want you to picture this. It's your first month on the floor, the branch is buzzing, and you're just trying to keep your head above water. And then it happens. A customer storms right up to your counter. The voice just slices through all the noise. And suddenly, every single head in the branch, customers, your colleagues, everyone, they all turn and look right at you. The customer slams their passbook on the counter. You can feel your heart start to pound in your chest. Yep, this is the moment every new banker absolutely dreads. Your mind just goes completely blank, right? Every instinct you have is screaming at you to either get defensive or just shrink away. But listen, I'm here to tell you there's a much better way. I've been exactly where you are, and today I'm going to give you the blueprint. These are real, practical tactics straight from the trenches that actually work. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the most important part, the mindset shift you have to make before you even say a word. Then we're going to load you up with 2 toolkits, one for de-escalation and one for actually solving the problem. And finally, we'll talk about that critical moment when you know it's time to escalate. Ready? Let's get into it. Okay, first things first. Before you open your mouth, before you even touch your keyboard, the real work happens right up here, in your head. You've got to completely reframe how you're seeing this whole situation. So here it is, the single most crucial thing to understand. Their anger, their frustration, it's almost never really about you. I promise. It's about their money. Maybe their card got blocked or a check bounced. All that stress and anxiety has to go somewhere. And you just happen to be the uniform they see first. You are not their target. You are simply their outlet. You gotta burn this into your brain. Seriously, it's the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. Because when you stop seeing a rude person and you start seeing a stressed person, you can tap into something really powerful, empathy. And that little bit of mental distance, that's what lets you stay calm and professional while the whole branch is watching you. All right, your mindset is locked in. Now for the big question, what do you actually do? This is your first response toolkit. Think of it as your set of fire extinguishers, designed to bring the emotional temperature in the room way, way down. We've got 3 powerful tactics in this first kit. Number 1 is the power of just letting them finish. All of it. Number 2, how to acknowledge how they feel before you explain a single thing. And number 3, a little trick to get them to lower their volume without even realizing it. Let's break them down. Now, this is going to feel completely counterintuitive, but your most powerful tool at the very beginning is silence. Your gut reaction is to jump in, to defend yourself, to explain. Don't do it. The second you interrupt an angry person, you've just doubled their anger. Why? Because on top of their original problem, now they also feel like they're not being heard. So you let them vent completely. Just maintain calm eye contact, give a little nod that shows you're listening. That's silence. That's your opening. Okay. So once they finally run out of steam, your first words are absolutely critical. Do not launch into an explanation or an excuse. The very first thing you do is acknowledge their feeling. A simple phrase like, "I can see how frustrating this must be," costs you nothing, but you know what it does? It gives the customer back their dignity. You're telling them, "I hear you and your feelings are valid." And just like that, you start pulling them onto your side. In this next one, this is a total power move. It's so simple but so effective. When they raise their voice, you lower yours. You start speaking a little more softly, a little more slowly. It does 2 things. First, it literally forces them to quiet down just so they can hear what you're saying. But here's the cool part, the psychology behind it. Humans subconsciously mirror the energy of the person they're talking to. Your calm literally becomes contagious. It's amazing to watch. Okay, the heat is down, the volume is lower. Now, you pivot. You've earned their attention and a bit of their trust. It's time to shift gears from de-escalation to actually solving the problem. This is how you turn a confrontation into a collaboration. Now, this toolkit has 3 tactics that are all about changing the dynamic of the whole interaction. We're going to learn how to move the conversation, how to give them a job to do to redirect all that energy, and finally, how to end with a rock-solid commitment. You see, when a customer is making a scene, they have an audience. The whole branch is their stage. The key is to take that audience away. But you don't tell them to move, you invite them. Using a phrase like this signals to them that their problem is so important, it deserves special, private attention. The performance stops. And for everyone else watching, you just demonstrated incredible professionalism. Now, the real problem solving can begin. An angry customer often feels powerless, and that's a big source of their frustration.
So, giving them a simple, constructive task to do, it's an absolute game changer. It takes all that frustrated energy and points it in a useful direction. It transforms them from being a passive victim who's just waiting for you to fix everything into an active partner in finding their own solution.
Now listen up, because this is huge. Never, ever end a tough interaction with a weak, generic phrase like, sorry for the inconvenience. It's meaningless. It's a verbal shrug. Instead, you end with a specific, actionable commitment. You give them a timeline, you tell them what to expect, and you give them a direct way to follow up. This doesn't just solve the problem, it builds trust and gives them back the sense of control they were looking for in the first place. Now we have to talk about your professional boundaries. It's really important to understand this. These tactics are fantastic for dealing with stressed or frustrated customers, but there is a line, and you need to know where that line is. I need you to hear me on this. If a customer starts using abusive language, if they make personal threats, or if their behavior is genuinely disrupting the entire branch, your job is no longer to de-escalate. Your job is to escalate. Your well-being, your mental health, that is paramount. Escalating isn't a sign of failure. It is the correct, professional, and necessary thing to do. And here's how you do it with total class. You frame the escalation as an upgrade in service for the customer, not as a defeat for you. This wording shows the customer that they're being taken so seriously, you're bringing in a manager. And it allows you to step away with your professionalism completely intact while the situation is handled by someone else. It's a pro move. So, there you have it. That's your 6th tactic blueprint. Let them finish, acknowledge first, lower your voice, move the conversation, give them a task, and end with a real commitment. These are the tools that won't just get you through these moments, they'll empower you to handle them with complete confidence and control. So I want you to really think about that. Which one of these are you going to put in your back pocket? Because the next time that customer storms up to your counter, you're not going to feel that panic. You're going to feel prepared. You're going to have a plan. And trust me, that makes all the difference in the world.